Hello everyone! As you can probably tell from the title, we are having a baby. I am so excited. So this video is sort of like all of the questions that could be happening for first trimester. So first off, I'll let you know how we found out. So I didn't actually think I was pregnant. My partner said you should go test because I wasn't sleeping very well. I was exhausted. I wasn't feeling great, but then I'd just come off my pill, so I was sort of up and down. I just blamed it on my hormones being all over the place because I literally just came off the pill. And I'd been on it for 10 years, so obviously my hormones are going to be like this, right? So I was like, no, it can't be, like. So he said, just go and test. So I tested, and the first test I took was on that little, like, the little crappy strip ones, the cheap ones, and it came up so quickly. And I didn't trust this one, so I was like, does this say I'm pregnant? He was like, I'm pretty sure that states you're pregnant. Go and get a clear blue. So then I went to go and get a clear blue, dipped it in, turned it over and left it. It was the longest 3 minutes of my life. And then we turned over and it came back very clearly saying pregnant. But my reaction was I cried. I was very happy. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. Like, this is all I've ever really wanted. And it's happening. And it happened so quick. And we've now moved in. I'm now in baby's room. Obviously, it's our storage room at the moment. And our drying room. This is our dryer. So when baby comes, I'm not too sure where we're going to dry our clothes, but we will figure that out. So yeah, it's so freaking exciting. We are due in October. We have got a little outfit that says coming soon. So this is what you would have seen on Instagram. October baby, which is so exciting. So currently when I'm filming this, I am 14 weeks. It's Sunday, I'm 14 weeks tomorrow, on Monday, which is great. Every Monday is a new week and a new week for me. So yes, we have had our first ultrasound. So that is here. Baby was so active. Like, when I tell you active, like active. So that'll be interesting for the future when I can actually feel them. We are going to find out gender. We don't know, obviously, what gender yet. I think it might be a boy. I really thought it was a girl at the beginning, but right now I do think it's a boy. Although I think that's going to change every single week, but currently I do think it's a boy. Carl thinks it's a girl, but I think that's because my family all had boys first and Carl's family all had girls first. So I don't know. I'm convinced it's a boy, just with all the wives' tales, like, it's all pointing to boy. But I don't know. I'm happy either way. I don't really care. I just want a happy and healthy baby. That's all I want. So yeah, I've got some questions. So when we found out was on Monday the 17th of February. I was already 6 weeks when I found out. So we took it on the 17th of Feb, and then on that Thursday, so on the 20th, I took a clear blue digital test, which tells you how many weeks, and it just said 3+, which wasn't very helpful because it was 3 onwards, which now I know how many weeks I am. It was 6 weeks. So yeah, I guessed it was 6 weeks. I had a feeling, but Carl kept saying, oh, I'm guessing you're like 4. I had 1 period before, so I came off the pill, had a period, and then never had a period again. It happened very quickly, but we're very happy, and I actually can't wait. Like, but I'm so excited to get a bump. Like, I really want a bump, really want a bump. I feel like it'll be a bit more real when I get a bump, so yeah. So actually, with my first trimester, I was actually incredibly lucky with how I was feeling. I did feel sick a lot, like pretty much every day, but I was never sick, like throwing up, which I was very grateful for. So I was able to still go into work. However, the biggest one was no energy. I had absolutely no energy whatsoever. I still am struggling with energy, but I'm a lot better. Hopefully soon I should have a big load of energy coming towards me. So apparently you get that in your second trimester. I haven't really felt much of a difference, but I feel like it's I'm slowly getting more energy back, which is good. Also, I've been getting very dizzy actually. I got dizzy quite a lot before. I'm low in B12, have to get injections every 3 months. So I feel like that might be the case of being pregnant as well. And also, apparently the baby like takes all your iron, so that's also not helping. But yeah, dizziness has been quite a big one for me, and tiredness. I'm telling you, I've never felt tiredness like this. Like, the tiredness is crazy. So that's been my main symptoms throughout the first trimester. All I've been wanting is crisps. I still eat chocolate, but not as much. Whenever I want something to eat, it's either crisps or like Haribos or Mao-Ams, something like that, and nachos. So basically anything salty, plus sweets. But don't get me wrong, I still have chocolate. Okay, so the body changes I've noticed is quite early on, maybe from 10 to 12 weeks were very noticeable, was the achy boobs, like incredibly achy, like waking me up. Even like lying on my side, trying to do my phone, like this arm lying on my boob was like really sore. I felt the growing, and in my tummy, which is crazy, the growing around my abs and like near my hips, it's like I can feel my insides expanding. It's kind of similar to you've just done a really crazy ab workout at the gym and you wake up the next day like really sore, and like every time you stretch you're like, oh, it's sort of like that, but it feels a bit more internal. That's the best way I can describe it. So yeah, that was crazy. Like, I didn't expect to feel that so early on, but then from 10 to 12 weeks the baby changes massively, like massively. It does look very alien-like at 10 weeks, and then suddenly from 10 to 11, 11 to 12, it's like human. It's nuts. Well, it looks human. So the first 12 weeks I actually found really hard because you can't tell anyone. I told my best friend Emma, who has a baby of her own. I told her, and then obviously her mum and partner also knew. And then I told my manager at work, just so she's aware, etc., of certain things. If ever I need a day off, or I suddenly feel really unwell at work, she knows the reasons why. The first 12 weeks are going to be the hardest out of them mentally, just because you don't go to any appointments, dependent on previous pregnancies or if they think you're high risk or anything like that. But majority of people don't go to any appointments in the first 12 weeks. Like, that's not a thing. We had our midwife appointment at 9 weeks, and I really thought we were going to see the baby, but we didn't. They literally just talk about you and your partner, history, family history. So that's 9 weeks, and then you have to wait till 12 weeks to actually see the baby. But from when you find out to 12 weeks, you just have this line on this test to say that you're pregnant. That's all you've got. That's the only proof you got. And then constantly you're thinking, oh, has this happened? Oh no, is it still there? Like you have no other way of telling if this baby's healthy or there. And I find that really scary, because everything I did I was like, oh baby, oh. So yeah, I found that really tough, not knowing. As soon as I saw that baby in my tummy, a big relief came off my shoulders. Like, I felt such a heavy weight lifted off of my shoulders. Even when she was putting the gel on and then about to go onto the tummy, I was thinking, oh god, and she was like going round trying to find it, and then baby was there, and it was such a relief. And also, like 2 weeks before, I bled, but it was sort of like, it wasn't like period blood. It was more light and watery, and I looked that up. I also spoke to Emma about it, and she made me feel a lot better about it. It's completely normal, but of course I never saw the baby. I didn't know how they were going. So yeah, I think the first 12 weeks are actually incredibly hard, because you don't go to the doctors, they're not contacting you, and you can't tell anyone. I mean, you can tell people, but you don't really know anything. So yeah, I started telling people confidently after the scan. So week 11, I told all my family. On the 23rd, so before this, the only people knew were Emma, my best friend, like her family, and then my manager, and then 3 of my mates at work, who I like was so cool with telling them and trusted them. And then my partner told his boss and some of his mates at work. So they were the only people that knew. And then the next people to tell was my family. So on the 23rd of March, my family found out. So I had my mum, dad, my sister and her partner, my brother and his partner, and then also my auntie came and her daughter and her partner came. So obviously we arranged the lunch. They didn't know what it was about. They all found out then, and they found out by me writing a little card, basically saying like, dear uncle and auntie, or grandma and grandpa, but using their grandma and grandpa names, which they didn't get to choose, by the way. We just chose them for them. If they don't like it, they can either change it or just stick with it. I think they're cute, so I'll make sure that the kid keeps using that. But yeah, so I wrote a little card saying, dear uncle and auntie, we'll see you in October, looking forward to meeting you, lots of love, baby bump. So that was the card. So I gave them all the cards, and yeah, that's how they found out, and they were so happy, which it's such a relief, because telling your parents that you're pregnant is like, oh, you know how that happened. But I felt like it was easier to write it down instead of like trying to just say it. So I'm happy that I wrote it. And then the week after was moving into the flat. So then we told my partner's dad and his partner. And then when we moved in, we phoned my partner's like auntie and uncle out in Australia and put this down on the bed, and was sort of showing the flat and being like, oh, do you like it, do you like it, oh, and this is the bedroom, and then like zoomed in, and that was really emotional. They started crying. Pretty much all of the reactions have been crying, which is really nice. Happy tears. Yeah, and then on the 5th of April, we told Carl's mum, and yeah, it was so lovely. And then the only people we've got left to tell, which we're telling today, is Carl's sister and her husband. So then once that's done, everyone knows that we're happy to know, and then we can finally like put it up on socials and let everyone know. But we wanted to tell these certain people face to face. Yeah, it was so lovely telling them all, and it was so lovely because they all had different reactions in a positive way, and they all were told differently in their own way, which is really nice. Must-dos. I was very lucky because my best friend has gone through all of this, and she knows all the places to go and what to do. Things you must do when you find out you're pregnant: obviously book your appointments and stuff like that, but things like get Emma's diary. On Emma's diary you can get these vouchers, which are you can go and get from Boots or Argos, and they're called let me get it right, they're called Bump to Baby Bag and Mum to Bee Bag, and apparently you also get some down the line as well, but these are the ones I've got so far. And they basically have a bag of products that are free, and you collect them, you just show your voucher, they put it through, but don't download it until you're in the store and you know that they've got them in stock. So ask them about it, and then they'll show you how to download and stuff. Show them, and then they'll go and get it for you. And it's quite a big bag. Like, I was expecting like a small bag like this. It's a very decent sized bag. It's very nice. And you get things like nappies, wipes, all these discount cards, vouchers, products that you might want to use and try. Definitely worth it. So we got those. And then also, if you join the Boots Parenting Club on your Boots card, you get discounts, and you can also get freebies. So I'll show you the freebies that I got. Also, this whole trolley of things I've got down here has all been free. Everything has been free on this trolley. and it's stocked up. Like I've already got 3 bottles, 4 bottles, a dummy, breast pads, vitamins, baby drops, like nappies, wipes, creams, like there's a lot. Like it's worth it. So from the Boots parenting app, got the Aveeno baby hair and body wash, so that's free, completely free. And then I got the Bump Beyond breast pads, and 40 come in here, I'm pretty sure. 40 breast pads, like it's pretty good. And then here I have opened this, so it might not be as nice, but you get this as well. So you get a dummy and also a bottle, like all for free. Those 3 things were completely free. The bag that I got with the nappies, the wipes, all of the creams, a bottle, all of that, free. Everything, like I'm telling you, I will show you this trolley, everything in it is free. And then also you can order a baby box, which is called Your Baby Box. Type that in, you pay $11.99 and you get a box load of stuff, like real good products. Let me show you this product. You get a load of stuff, like it's not just this. You get a little vest for baby, you get a big comforter for baby, you get baby drops, lots of discounts and things off, and then you also get these sort of things. So you got a natural deodorant which you can use, and this, I love this brand. You get some bath bubbles for baby, and then you get some pregnancy boob tube. And these I had already ordered my own things. So I've got the bump oil, the bump cream, and then also the boob cream. They're not the actual names, but that's what they're used for. And the ones that say mama, or for us, pregnant, and then the ones that say mini are for the baby. It's so freaking good, like I definitely recommend. And then I also just got a M&S club card, which on Tuesdays, every time if you buy a hot drink, you get a free cake, and they do like all mums and babies are there. Obviously I can't use that yet, I'll use that once baby's here, and they do that every Tuesday morning, I think, double check. But yeah, you can get good discounts there as well, so I would definitely recommend that. So I would definitely recommend you getting a book like this. I got Bump to Birthday. I absolutely love it. Like, I'll show you some pages. So you got like pages about finding out, notes about like your hospital appointments and stuff like that, your first trimester. It goes through week by week. I'll show you an empty page. So it goes through week by week. So we've got for week 13, it gives you a strict description of the week, and then it gives you a little bit about me. So I personally went with the whole like how I'm feeling this week, and then what we've been up to, what we've done that week, and then a little picture. I haven't actually managed to add any pictures in yet. Oh no, I've got one picture in, which is our first appointment, and it starts at week 9. It goes all the way through week 13, week 14, and then you've got from week 20 and week 12, you've got the scan. So you've got one extra photo, and then also who was there, what does the scan show, how I felt after the scan, and that's the same on week 12. And then you keep going through the weeks, and then once you get to the end, and then you've got things like the birth. So you write about the birth, how that went, the birthday. So it's got the date of birth, time, day, place, weight, length, head circumference, hair colour, blood group, who you look like, your name, why you've been given it, a letter to you, then your first day or week being back. It says like how I feel about not being pregnant anymore, who I spoke to about your arrival first, how I'm feeling now that you're here, a letter to me for the future. And I love this page. This page is on this day, so you basically write about like on the day that they're born, the news on that day, the sports, the celebrity, the weather, best-selling book, popular music, films that are showing, all of that. Then you've got your first month, what you did from week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Home sweet home, what day we went home, what you were wearing, your first home, first visitors. And then it goes all the way up to week 5 of them being here. And then you've got empty pages to write on. And then you've got growing up, so first months, like 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 12, and their weight and height. And then all their firsts. So, first bedtime, bath time, feeding, first Christmas. I'm so excited to keep filling this out, and I would definitely recommend getting it, because we've loved filling this out and it's really nice to look back on. Once they are 1, I'm going to get the book of, I don't know what it's called, but you ask questions each year, like their favourite colour, what do you look like, stuff like that, each year, and then on their birthday you fill it out each year. So I'd really like to do that. So yeah, this was kind of a quick, short video, maybe, hopefully. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share this with your friends, and make sure you hit that bell icon so you know when I next upload. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye! I'm so excited.